Welcome to this week's Schreiber Council meeting. This week, Council heard concerns from local campground owners over business classifications that affect water and sewer rates. A report on updates to the township's wastewater treatment plant project and recent boil water advisory was presented. The replacement of playground equipment at Mallory's Blue Park will bring a new accessible play structure for local families. Council also reviewed plans for upcoming community events and other summer improvement projects across the township. Now here's the agenda.
Hi, my name is Erika Parent. I'm here at the council meeting today, June 2nd, to discuss the reclassification of my water rates for my business.
So, good evening. Welcome to Township of Schreiber's Council and Committee of the Whole. This is Tuesday, June the 2nd, 2026. And we're opening with the open session. So, I'm looking to council for approval of the agenda. We have one addition. Thank you, Cecile. And that is a preliminary budget. You want to put it on committee of the whole? Ms. Rhonda?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did we put it?
You said committee of the whole other
Committees, yeah. Committee of the whole, other business.
Committee of the whole other business.
Sorry, yep.
Are there any other additions or deletions? Can I have approval of the agenda?
The only other thing that
Okay.
under unfinished business,
Mm-hmm.
we have Port Francis resolution of support for roadside washrooms.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I didn't bring that down. I was just gonna come to the next one, but.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't know if you
It's
had it.
correspondence.
That's fine. We'll do it next year.
Are we deleting it then?
Did you add it? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if it's on there, then leave it.
Leave it?
Leave it if it's on there.
So we're good with the agenda then the way it stands?
Okay.
Okay. And before we move on, I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in the Robinson Superior Treaty Territory and that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and the Métis. So, with our acknowledgement, I am looking for any disclosures of interest. Seeing none, we'll move on. And the first item on the agenda is delegations. And tonight we have in person Erika Parent and by Zoom Connor Doyle. So Erika, at this point I'll get you. If you want to just come and stand here by Tammy, then we can let you go ahead and do your presentation. And normally you look at about 10 minutes, Erika.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Before I get started, I'd first like to introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Erika Parent. I am a lifelong resident here at Schreiber, or at least I plan to be, and I am currently a business owner as well. So thank you, members of council, township staff, for letting me speak today. I would like to discuss the recent change in the classification of my campground property and the resulting increase in the water charges. I appreciate the work that council and municipal staff do to maintain and operate our community's water and wastewater systems. I understand the importance of ensuring these services are funded fairly and sustainably. I'm here tonight because I have concerns about whether the new classification accurately reflects the nature of my campground operation and its actual impact on the municipal water system. For approximately 5 years, the campground was built under a residential classification, In January 2026, it was reclassified under Category 6C as a commercial operation charged on a per unit basis, resulting in a substantial increase in annual fees. After identifying and removing several unused spigots that had been included in the calculation, the resulting increase was still over 400%. My campground operates seasonally with 23 sites. We do not have laundry facilities, individual washrooms, kitchens, or other amenities commonly associated with hotels, motels, camps, or lodges. The only shared facilities are a men's and a women's washroom located in an outbuilding along with the water hookups at each campsite. Before coming here tonight, I reviewed municipal water flow data from 2019 through 2025. Since the campground began operating with municipal water service in 2022, I wanted to understand whether there was evidence of a significant increase in municipal water demand. Based on my review, I believe there are reasonable questions about whether the current classification accurately reflects the property's actual use of the system. That leads me to my first concern. I have been unable to determine how the township defines a campground or a campsite within its official plan of applicable bylaws. If those definitions exist, I would appreciate council explaining how they support the current classification. My second concern relates to the decision to place campground in the same category as hotels, motels, camps, and lodges. These facilities typically contain individual washrooms, showers, kitchens, laundry facilities, and year-round occupancy. My campground does not. I would therefore ask council to explain why a seasonal RV campsite is being treated equivalent to these other forms of accommodation for water billing purposes. I would also like to understand what evidence or analysis was used to determine that each campsite should be treated as a commercial unit. Was this decision based on actual water consumption data, studies, industry standards, or assumptions? An important consideration is most RVs and travel trailers are self-contained units equipped with low-flow fixtures and holding tanks. Many campers use significantly less municipal water than a typical residential household or motel room. Was this fact considered when the classification changes were made? Similarly, has council compared the actual or expected water consumption of a self-contained RV campsite with that of another campground, a motel, a hotel room, a residential home? If this was conducted, I would appreciate understanding the results and how they influence the current rate structure. My purpose tonight is not to avoid paying my fair share. I am simply asking for a transparent explanation of how this classification was determined and whether it accurately reflects the actual demand that my campground places on the municipal water system. If the classification was based on assumptions rather than measured usage, I would respectfully ask council to consider whether a seasonal campground with limited facilities may warrant a different classification. I would appreciate receiving clear answers to these questions so that both council and ratepayers can have confidence that the town water rates are being applied fairly, consistently, and in a manner that reflects actual use of the system. I would respectfully request that these questions be answered on record tonight.
Okay.
And thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Connor speak for a few minutes here in case he wants to speak. Erika, what we typically do after delegation is listen to you, and I would get you maybe to leave that, if you can, leave that copy with us.
Sure.
Because this is something we're gonna sit down and have our administration come back to us so that we could provide you with like really well-educated, good information answers.
Okay.
But I don't like, there's just no way off the cuff we could talk about it. But it's something, I want to thank you very much for coming, and something that we are going to address for you.
Would you be able to show me the definition of a campsite or a campground in the zoning bylaw?
Tonight? No.
But we could look this up in the future. We
Yeah.
definitely,
Okay.
because I've written down some stuff, but I've got some really good questions that I would hope that CEO Smith, that we can get together and answer for you.
Okay.
And Connor, you're muted. Did you want to say anything, or are you good with your wife?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. No, I think she pretty much touched on everything there that we were concerned about. Wish I could have been there tonight, but, I gotta work unfortunately, but, we're looking to invest into the community. And, like we've done some work to a building on the property. And we're trying to we're trying to create jobs. Not so many, like, we're not gonna try to become the next, huge employer or anything like that, but we're trying to invest into the community. We plan on staying there for a long time. And we're kind of looking to, just kind of make a decision on whether or not we're doing we're able to work with you guys and, hopefully not get pushed out of this, of investing into the municipality. You know what I mean? Like when the previous CEO was there,
Thanks.
Nathan, I think,
Right?
he was all for he was all for working with us, and I'm sure Rhonda is as well.
Absolutely.
But we're just trying to keep that keep the conversation open. And it sounds like you guys are gonna have to do a bit of homework, I guess, to get back to us. But it is interesting to see the way that you guys think and see the way that you guys are gonna handle this problem. I mean, everybody's got problems, but we put a lot of money up so far, and because of the campground, it's opened up our eyes to the business side of life and whatnot. And we're just looking to make some more investments for the community, basically.
Okay. Well, thank you,
See,
Connor.
yeah.
No, I appreciate
Yep.
that, Connor. And I'm sure, I speak on behalf of the CAO and the rest of her admin team, and certainly mayor and council, that we are interested in gathering this information, sharing this with you, and providing you with some clarity. And it's give us a chance to get some correct, right, and timely information out to you. So I thank you very much for being here via Zoom and for being here in person, Erika. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erika.
Okay,
Thanks.
we will get back to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So is that basically where we're at then right now? You guys are just gonna
Yeah,
get back to us
Yeah.
as of right now? Yeah, okay.
yeah, Connor, we'll because I don't want to provide off the cuff answers. I want to provide really good information so that we're all on the
For
same
sure.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sounds good then.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Connor.
Thanks,
Hey,
Connor.
thanks, Erika.
Thank you. Take care.
You got a copy of that? Excellent. Okay. Well, that's great for that delegation. Thank you very much. And then next on our agenda is question period. CAO Smith, no questions? Okay. Next on the agenda is minutes of previous meetings. So, number 1, minutes of committee and council of the whole, April 28th. Resolution 132-26. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the minutes of the council and committee of the whole meeting held April 28, 2026 be accepted and circulated. Has everyone had a chance to read and review the minutes?
Yep. Yeah, we're good.
Do everyone accept these? Okay. Carried. No changes?
That's her water information.
Beautiful. Oh, Erika. Okay.
Next on the agenda, resolution 133-26 are the minutes from May the 12th. So, resolution 133-26, moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that the minutes of the council and committee of the whole meeting that was held on May the 12th, 2026 be accepted as circulated. Any additions or changes to these minutes? You're willing to accept these?
Yep.
Okay. Carried. And last but not least for minutes, resolution 134-26. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the minutes of the special council meeting held May the 14th, 2026 be accepted as circulated. Any changes or deletions, additions to these? You're good?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're all in favor? And accepted. Okay. So now we're on to business arising from these minutes. So this is always, of course, these are committee of the whole recommendations from our May the 12th, 2026 meeting. So item number 1 is acceptance of the report. So resolution 135-26. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the councillor accept the report of the treasurer regarding the excluded budget expenses for 2026. Any discussion? It was from our May meeting. So all in favor? Okay, and that's carried. All right. Second from the May 12th meeting is resolution number 136-26. Moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that the council write off the following miscellaneous account receivable balances totaling $701.14 as uncollectible. Treasurer Bottomley, you have an update to this?
Do. So at the time that the report was prepared, the account was still in arrears, and subsequent to the report and the meeting, we have collected that. So the actual amount that needs to be, the small balance write-off is going to be, where did I put that now? $12.69, just the two that are listed in the report.
Is this still a proper process? I can just amend this amount?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to amend this on this report. And I will initial this. So the updated amount that council write off the following miscellaneous account receivable balances totaling $12.69 as uncollectible. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, carried. Good. Next, from our May 12th meeting, approval of the cost of materials for a foundation and planter box. So, resolution number 137-26, moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that council approve the cost of the materials to build a foundation and planter box for the new Discovery Center parking lot sign in the amount of $245, excluding applicable taxes. Discussion?
Looks really good.
It does.
It does look good.
Good. No, good. Great job.
We're all in favor?
Okay.
Okay. And next, approval of private corridor management. So, resolution number 138-26. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that council approve the payment of the Province of Ontario Highway Corridor Management billing statements in the total amount of $5,668.76, including applicable taxes for the permanent approval of application number 002957, 002958, 002959, 002960, 002961, 002962, 03047, and 02283 inclusively. Any discussion? All in favor? Oh my goodness. Okay. And next is the quotation for engineered drawings. So resolution number 139-26, moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath. That council, sorry guys, I got it, okay. So that council accept the quotation from Napier Reed in the amount of $199,935, excluding HST, to complete the engineered drawings and design for the Township of Schreiber's new wastewater treatment plant. Any discussion? Both in favor? All in favor? Carried. And the last item from our May 12th meeting is the Terrace Bay Drag Fest. So, Resolution 140-26. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the council purchase a silver sponsorship package in support of the Superior Classics Car Club Terrace Bay Drag Fest in the amount of $1,000 excluding applicable taxes. Is there any discussion on this last item? All in favor? Carried. All right. So, that's business arising completed. Next on the agenda is accounts for payment. So there's an item here is the April 2026 accounts for payment payroll. So resolution number 141-26, moved by Councillor Morrow, second by Councillor McGrath, that bank debits issued on the general bank account in the month of April 2026 in the amount of $74,319.46 for payroll be ratified and approved. Is there any discussion on this item? No? All in favor? Carried. On to unfinished business. So next on the agenda is unfinished business, the 2025 wastewater treatment annual report. So this was at our April 28th, 2026 agenda, but we had somehow missed a resolution. So resolution 142-26 is moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that the council accept the 2025 annual summary report for the Schreiber wastewater treatment plant as prepared by the Ontario Clean Water Agency on behalf of the Township of Schreiber. And I know this was something that we had talked about and approved, but got missed. Is there any discussion on this item? All in favor? Carried. There you go, Ron. All right. And other business?
Other business, there is none.
Okay. So we are into our committee of the whole.
Yep.
So the first item, department reports and committee board minutes. Our economic development officer, ADO. Spadoni, take it away.
Thank you. This report's about Mallory's Blue Park. Purpose of this report is to provide council with information regarding the awarding of the contract for removal of the old playground and installation of a new playground set in Mallory's Blue Park. My recommendation is that council approves awarding the contract with removing the current playground, installing a new playground set to Blue Imp. Blue Imp has provided a lot lower price than the competition's quote. Also, Blue Imp is the company that just put in the playground at Holy Angel School, and their principal and their board member that I spoke with were very happy with their dealing with it.
Okay,
Sounds good.
Yep.
no discussion? Okay. Jamie, that's approved. And this, just to remind people who are watching, this is covered by grant. The bulk of this is covered by grant.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Park is closed until, what is the close date, July?
July 30th,
July 1st.
June 1st to
So yes,
June 8th, sorry.
June 8th.
8th? I thought it was closed now, it's not closed now?
They're arriving on the 8th,
Okay.
So
June 8th, yeah.
again, June 8th too.
July
July
31st.
31st. Hoping to have it in, a lot sooner than that, but we just,
Yeah.
just for vacation.
Just in case of delays. Okay. Item number 2 is, again, our Economic Development Officer. Council recommendation for the Superior Country membership renewal. Again, EDO Spadoni.
Thank you. Purpose of the support is to provide council with information about the renewal of the annual Superior Country membership. Recommendation, the council approves the annual renewal of the Superior Country membership. Superior Country contributes to Schreiber's tourism industry in multiple beneficial ways. The Lake Superior Tour, the thank you campaign, multiple other things like their photo banks and stuff like that. Last year, we calculated that Superior Countries working with us has contributed to about 20% of the visitors at the Discovery Center. So as a person, as a tourism kind of officer, I see nothing but value in Superior Country. So the cost would be $1,000 membership fee plus HST, $1,130 total, and that would go under the association and fees and memberships.
And that's within your budget?
I believe so. I didn't get a budget
Yes,
because.
of course,
Okay.
it would be Rhonda that would answer that question, but yeah.
Okay.
So Jamie, what does it mean access to their photo banks? How would you get access?
So being a part of that is they worked with parks doing a lot of photos. They sent people down to take photos last year at all the towns that are involved with them, and they're in their photo bank, so we can use them.
So the township?
Township can use them. You email them and just make sure you get the confirmation. But the ones that were on Minister Peary's sites, the Schreiber Beach one and the Discovery Center, came from Superior Country's photo bank. So they have a lot of good photos there.
So do you have an opportunity to go in there and look around? Or?
Yeah, I could send you a link if you want.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's excellent.
Yeah, definitely, there's lots of good stuff there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're good?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay, so we will accept your recommendation to renew that. Item number 3, Economic Development Officer Report, Council recommendation for the MTO signs. Again, EDO Spadoni.
Thank you. Purpose of support is to provide council with information on the renewal of the MTO sign. The MTO sign renewal application 20226-000-2963 is the final one of the ones that I presented to the last council. But because we had to get a permission form signed, which we found out wasn't our encroachment, so it's fine. It just took a bit longer to get this invoice. So this is the final one of those ones. It's a $770 for a 5-year renewal fee. And I attached a picture of the sign that is, it's on the highway right across from Golden Railroad.
Dented.
Yeah, there's damage to it.
Who fixed that?
And damaged.
Are we allowed to touch it?
It's our sign.
It's our sign, so can we, is it
It's
fixable?
metal, we can pull it out
Yeah,
again.
can you bend it?
Yeah,
And repair it?
same
And this
thing
is-
happens at the library.
Yeah,
People turn too sharp.
And they just take it out?
and this is again within budget.
Oh, it's just you gotta pull it, that's all.
Okay, so, any other questions about this item, about the MTO sign?
No.
Other than maybe doing some repair work? Okay, so you have our approval to go ahead and take care of that.
Thank you.
Item number 4 on our agenda then is Discovery Center Committee meeting minutes for April the 9th and May the 27th. And so I am going to once again turn it over to EDO Spadoni to discuss these 2 sets of minutes, May 27th and April 20, oops, I have these backwards, sorry, Jamie. Yeah, April 9th and May 27th.
Okay,
You have 2 for the Discovery Center.
two for the Discovery Center. Okay, I got May 27th for the Discovery Center.
Yeah, and April the 9th.
Okay, so if I didn't bring April the 9th, thank you. So April 9th, we met, Kathy Cook presented a banner design with quotes from Dom and from Jake for installation. that would be to go onto the side of the highway. I think I discussed this at the last meeting. I'm gonna bring the actual quotes and stuff to the next meeting because I still was working with MTO to get the cost for permit
Okay.
for 5-year renewals or 5-year contracts for that. Jim Ray and I put in the application for the Discovery Center Highway, which was approved, and council approved the permit, paying for the permit at the last meeting. CPKC, we're still talking about the caboose. The committee has a list of stuff needed to, information to get to bring before we can bring it to, forward to council.
Okay, so you're putting like a project presentation
Yeah.
together for us, okay?
And then, we discussed donations and the thing. Ray gave an update. Jamie gave an update. Candace and I are gonna start working on a Schreiber brochure soon. It's just been a very busy month. And then Ray's looking into a possible donation of a toy train set, so keep you updated on that.
Okay,
Last meeting last week, the committee would like to start the fundraising for the highway sign, in order it's approved, the permit's approved.
right.
So should I be bringing that to council, or was that, I remember we discussed it before, but is it, are we okay to start fundraising, or should I bring it to?
I would turn this over to CAO Smith.
Bring it to council.
All right.
Sorry,
Bring it to council.
Yeah, I just thought I'd double check, okay.
okay,
Again, the highway banners will come with the next one. The Walker's Lake Road sign is finished and it is in the parking lot, so please feel free to drive by and check it out. It also lights up at night, so.
does it?
Yep.
I'm with Councilor McGrath, it does look nice. No, it does look nice, it looks really nice, looks really sharp.
look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Is there,
Ray and Ken, I wanna give them, they put that whole thing together.
they put flowers in there?
They did a whole great job. No, we are working with the beautification committee, and there, Thursday, she's going to get flowers in there, so there'll be flowers in that thing.
Nice.
So, Fire Rock exhibit will be completed soon. Parks is going to do their presentation on July 17th of, which is the Friday of the Heritage Days at 11 a.m. They're just gonna do pictures with us at the train museum.
Okay,
And then because they're planning to do a beach event starting at 1 p.m. till 9 at night. So they're gonna come and do the, kind of their little grand opening of the Fire Rock exhibit
okay,
at the museum.
okay, just to make sure you can keep CAO Smith apprised of that, yeah, okay, okay.
So we'll have to find some firewood for them.
Yeah, well, yeah, for the Heritage Days, I have to get the list of stuff that we need from them. They're supposed to get back to me soon with the events.
What they need, yeah.
Yep. Also, scroll exhibit is in the progress, which will be completed soon. It's just a picture of an old railway. Around long, it was like 35 feet or something.
Yeah, I think it's,
But it's gonna be computerized where you can scroll through and check it all.
oh, that'll
So
be
very
nice.
cool. Volunteer campaign, we're still looking for volunteers, anyone out there? We had one person come in. It's again, you're not committing to anything in a large spectrum. You can do 3 hours or 1 day in summer, so feel free to reach out to me anytime. Museum open June 1st. And again, Ray and everyone were talking about truck donation. We have hired the three students for the July,
Summer students?
Summer
Okay.
students. So we'll put those names out on social media soon, and as well as I think that's it for that. So
Are there any questions for EDO Spadoni regarding his 2 meeting minutes for the Discovery Center? No? Thanks for that, James. Item number 5 is Community Economic Development Committee meeting minutes that was held on May 25th, 2026. And again, EDO Spadoni.
thank you. I gave an economic update of multiple projects that myself and the committee are working on. We'll update you as we go. And then the new website was launched. This was it last Monday or Wednesday? The new website is live, so.
Yes, it's live?
Yeah.
Okay.
We discussed Heritage Days, which once we have the full plan together, I will bring it to council. And then I put out to hire tourism economic development assistants, and I did send out 2 offers of employment this week. They were both accepted, so I will update
And that's summer students as well,
summer
Jim?
students for July and August. So I'll put them, announce them on social media soon. And that's it. We had a few other discussions, and just all committees keep working hard and doing a great job.
Any questions for Jamie regarding the minutes of the economic development? Dan, do you have anything else you want
It's
to?
a 2-week volunteer-led summer program.
Well, the volunteers, the economic committee, when they found out that, it wasn't feasible to do a summer youth program this year,
Okay, yeah.
they offered to if they wanted to get some volunteers together, maybe do just a 2-week thing kind of by the the committees and that. So they were going to offer to do that if that was doable. And then the committees, we did discuss it with Rhonda, and she
So CAO Smith, maybe you want to just provide some short information about why that's going to be a tough call for volunteers.
For volunteers to run the C program.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't have to go into any, but just to provide a kind of overview.
Okay. It's union work, so that's something that would have to be long discussed with the union. Also too, insurances, they'd have to have vulnerable sector background checks. It's a lot. You can't just do overnight.
It's not like it used to be.
No.
You need a vulnerable sector check, to step foot in my building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For work,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of logistics to it that we just don't have the time to prepare.
Okay.
That was a good idea, and it's disappointing because it's unfortunate. It was a good idea.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Council McGrath?
The only thing I was gonna mention was we did discuss the Doyle.
oh
I know
yes,
that's on the mayor's wish list, so we brought it up at the meeting that, we do have some material and quotes and some ideas on what it would look like.
Yeah.
And, Jamie has all that, so we're gonna bring it forward to actually have a look at it again.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions for EDO Spadoni regarding the Economic Development Committee?
Nope.
All right. Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jerry.
yeah.
Thank you, Jamie.
The next couple of items on report are from the fire chief, so I'm going to ask CAO Smith to present just because Jan is, I know that they're busy. Actually, I drove past the fire department on my way here. I actually kind of worried for a second. There was a lot of smoke, but obviously for a reason.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go on with these next. So the next item, then Schreiber Fire Department January to February 2026 activity report and CAO Smith.
So for the fire department, the Ontario Fire Marshal is here in town doing some training with our volunteers. So that's what you're seeing over at the fire department. So no panics.
A lot of you.
Yeah, so, but anyway, so that, it's a good thing. For January and February, there were 10 calls in total. He does have it listed here by call type, and the jurisdiction boundaries are there. So there was, for those 10 calls, 5 of them were in Schreiber. And yeah, does anybody have questions about that report?
Other than, can I just ask you to maybe talk briefly about 2026 fire permits being available?
Yes, so they are available, and definitely they expire annually, so please do come in and make sure that your fire permit is up to date and that your backyard bonfires are legal.
Perfect.
Is that information that's on the new website too, right?
It is information that, yeah, I think.
We posted that to Facebook to say, hey, it's that time of year.
We can, we've had quite a few people actually come
Oh,
in.
okay,
Yeah, we've had quite a few,
Okay.
yeah, but we can definitely do a campaign. So
Yeah,
I'll
probably
make-
not a bad idea, Dave.
I'll make a note here. Facebook fire permit, okay. All right, that's easy peasy.
Okay, next on the agenda is the fire chief report on used SCBA cylinder purchases.
Okay, so in Jan's report, his recommendations are that the council of the township of Schreiber purchase 4 cylinders from M&L Supply at the cost of $1,000 each, excluding taxes and freight, and that the funds come from the fire department equipment reserve.
Just a question, is this not a part of the capital budget?
That was my.
I do believe it is on there.
Yeah, did he not scale back too,
I thought he scaled back to 3.
all right, I thought.
Do you have it in front of you, Marlene, the budget?
I do.
Yeah, I
These are the cylinders or?
This
Yeah.
is, I think he's
SCBA,
SCBA.
4,500 PSI cylinders.
So we do have here SCBA cylinders, 4,500, we've got 4 of them.
So that was well, but it is, correct me if I'm wrong, it is not coming from the fire department equipment reserve.
No, it's.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that it's not. It's coming from, sorry?
Infrastructure.
Okay,
If they're the same ones, like I haven't had a conversation with them.
I would assume they're the same.
CO
Okay,
Smith,
so as
yeah.
long as it's on there, that's good.
So
Because
this is the same thing he's
Yeah.
been asking about?
Jan sent these reports a couple of weeks ago, so
Okay,
yeah, definitely. And,
so being that they are on the approved, something that we've been looking at, or it's been on the list, and we have identified that they will come from reserve, I think we can safely recommend this.
Yep.
Okay. Item number 8, Fire Chief Report, surplus VHF radio. CAO Smith.
okay, so, the fire chief's recommendations are that the council of the township of Schreiber declare the radio surplus and donate it to the Superior Classic Car Club. So I do know in past, Jan did mention this, to us, briefly, on how they're outdated for the needs of the fire department, but they would be a good addition for the Superior Car Club.
And this radio was actually really purchased in 2002.
Yeah, so the estimated resale value, if council chose to sell them rather than donate them, would be $40 to $50 a piece.
Yeah, so it'll be this.
So donate it, we're all in agreement? Okay. So we will accept his recommendation. All right.
Right.
Okay. So next on our committee of the whole is our CAO report, our monthly update.
Yeah, so I just want to say congratulations to Brylin for successfully passing Unit 1 of the AMCTO Municipal Accounting and Finance Program. In July, she'll register for the second half of the program. She did very well. I don't remember, it was in the 90s at any rate, her final mark. So Amanda has been working hard to reconcile our bank statements and keeping our bills paid. So thank you, Amanda, Brylin, and Marlene for everything you girls do. Public Works and Recreation, the spring thaw is over, we hope. At the time I wrote that was my hope. And now summer operations have begun. The Public Works team did a fabulous job all winter long, so we can't thank them enough for keeping us safe. And Recreation team, they had no easy feat this winter. There was a lot of hand shoveling around the buildings. So yeah, thank you Tammy, Corey, Chris, Austin, Clint, Patrick, Josh, Albert, and Steve. And we have a couple of new fellows, Jacob and Michael. Thank you. I don't know why I want to call him Dave, but anyway, for everything that they do.
Good name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For recreation, so sponsorship letters and vendor letters have been generated and sent out. We do, for Heritage Days, we have got quite a few donations back already, which is really nice. We've had a few registrations for vendors, so everything's moving along there. For economic development, while attending the NOMA conference this year, this is big news. Jamie had given Minister Perry's assistant a Uber Light gift. You would think that he had given her the entire world. It was
She was
just,
so excited.
it was crazy
It was kind of funny.
to see
Yeah,
how excited
she
this
really
woman was. She actually carried it from room to room with her. Like it was just amazing. So
Because he gave like the fire walk and then the little
Yeah.
light. Oh, she was so thrilled.
yeah, like everything stopped. Like our delegation got delayed because everybody had to see the, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really good. So for administration, welcome back, Cecile. We certainly missed her and I apologize for any errors that I made while she was away. So thank you for all you do. For our bylaw department, we're in the process of retaining a new bylaw officer, so stay tuned everyone.
What is that? Is that application closed already now?
Today.
Today. Oh, so there you go.
Yep.
And you've got some good candidates?
We do, we have some really strong candidates.
Very
And
good.
when I'm back for my trip next week, then I'll do some interviews
Beautiful.
and update council.
Okay.
So for myself, I just want to say it's been a very busy time over the last couple of months. Elections are coming up fast and there's been much to do. The new wastewater treatment plant is in full steam ahead, and the committee is working well together, I think, for the steering committee for the plant. So that's awesome. And that's it.
Before, does either of the councilors have any questions for our CAO?
No.
Do you want to speak briefly on the new website launch? I know it's on Facebook, but
Yeah, so our new website has been finished. It has been launched. It is live now. Hopefully, the public finds it much more user-friendly. I think it is. There's direct links on the website, just by the click of a button that you can reach any of the staff, rather than having to generate an outside email or a phone call or come into the office, which is really nice. And I think that they did a really good job on it. So now we'll work hard to keep it maintained. And we just updated this week our elections site, so part of the website. So everybody can go there to see the candidates that have registered. They're not certified yet, but
no,
the
but I'm
ones that
registered.
have registered are now on the website as well.
So who maintains that now going forward?
Me, for at this moment.
Okay, and then I guess, are we far away from thinking of like bookings online and that kind of stuff?
Heavens no.
Like heavens know we're far away from.
Oh,
thinking-
no, no, that's yeah,
something
yeah.
that we could do, like,
Oh yeah.
like
yeah.
sign up for T-ball, but you can pay online type of thing for your kid.
Yeah, actually,
Stuff?
yeah, we're have been talking about that. I've actually been talking to Jan too. When we get things together, we'll have a meeting with our treasurer, Marlene, about taking fine payments like here rather than through the provincial courts, for any of Jan's issues, that tickets that he writes as well. So,
So this has really opened up some
oh, huge. Yeah.
new opportunities. I mean, probably more work for administration too.
Initially for sure.
Okay.
But, you know, once we figure out the logistics of it, then we'll have further discussion with Marlene and with council to see how they feel about it before anything. But it's something we're working on for sure.
Okay.
I'm good.
Good. Okay. Thank you. And item number 10, CAO clerk, Canada Day. So again, CAO Smith.
Okay, so Canada Day is well planned and underway. So we have purchased quite a few items there. Those won't be on my on the
That's okay.
printout here, but anyway, so I think it's going to be a good time for everybody, like usual. Curbside Cruisers was asked to play. However, I have not heard a cancellation yet. I don't know if there will be, but we'll keep the public tuned as we hear any developments as to whether or not they're still available for Canada Day.
Okay.
They had some emergencies within themselves. So yeah, everything's looking good. It should be exciting, and I hope everybody comes down and joins us in the celebrations.
Is there a grant available this year too for,
Canada Day?
from the federal government?
Yeah, so every year you can apply for, I'm not sure what the actual title of the grant is, but it's specific for Canada Day activities.
So,
Yeah, you apply, I think it's October or November of the year
it's always
prior
been done.
to, so.
Do you know roughly how much that grant is? No?
It depends what you ask for.
Okay.
It's pretty much, I think it's up to 10,000, isn't it, Marlene? But like, it depends like what you ask
On
for.
what you put in, and
Yeah.
there's not, I think there's matching, like, there's, criteria that goes on there. It's Celebrate Canada Day, pretty.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Pretty easy or whatever, but there was no application submitted for 2026.
There was?
No.
There wasn't?
But it's been covered.
So as details get finalized, you will be able to, with the committees and stuff, to get us some updates.
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
yep.
All right. And then next on the agenda, CAO clerk, Heritage Days.
Okay, so for Heritage Days, like I was saying earlier in my other report, sponsorship letters have been sent out. We've received quite a few checks back, which is really nice, at the gold sponsorship, which is the $750. We have some new sponsors this year. Pelchay's Gas Bar has sponsored Heritage Days for the first time. So the proposed idea this year is to be a little different than what it has been in the past. We're trying to bring it back to the name it is of heritage. So to celebrate Schreiber's Italian heritage in the community, we thought of doing an Italian festival over the 4 days. Most of the events will be the same except for the fair day, the carnival day, and that will be strictly carnival games, not the bouncy castles. Prizes have been purchased for the events this year, so, and some other items as you can see there in the report. And I think I did attach a budget.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. See there. So just get a difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're in good shape. I just got to get the committee to come together to form
Yeah.
a meeting.
Only because and I don't mean to cut you off, but in the library minutes, I see they've got like a library poker walk, just to make sure that all the little pieces are
Yeah.
drawn in together.
Yeah,
Because there
so
were other people planning stuff, so.
we have talked to like for the events in the
Hmm.
original report there over the 4 days. Those people we've talked to, and I think that everybody's still on board with that for sure.
Okay.
So stay tuned and yeah,
Questions from council?
Oh, it looks like a good 4 days.
I think so. I think it's nice to bring it back to, celebrating our community, and it'll still be fun for the kids.
And I think by what Edio Spadoni said, there's even some involvement of the museum piece in this.
Yes. there
Right,
is.
so I think that's kind of good too.
Yeah.
Like you say, bring it back to history.
And Parks Canada will also be a part. They're gonna do something at the beach, I guess.
Yeah, from 1 till 9, they got a
Yeah.
good thing going on.
Good.
So, yeah.
And I see, the one thing that was issued last year about there being no food, it looks like there's gonna be food
Yeah.
options during the day, so that's good.
That's huge.
It is huge. I was surprised. We had a company from Thunder Bay contact us. I didn't even think to send them a letter because you wouldn't think a hotel would do.
That was my question, where is that? That's in Thunder Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we're hearing, yeah.
Yeah. So they were all gung ho, and so yeah, so we have them booked. Also to the Golden Rail will be there. Canada Day, I should have mentioned that too. The Masons, I think it is the Masons out of Marathon or Masonic. That's the Masons, right? Masonic Temple. Okay. Anyways, they're going to do fundraising fish fry as well.
That's nice.
So all
Canada Day or Heritage Days?
for Canada Day.
You know what year is here?
Oh, Heritage Days then, sorry. Sorry, thanks for reading that. But anyway, so all proceeds from the fish fry are going to Wilkes Terrace to purchase a new large screen TV
Oh,
for the
that's
residents,
nice.
so,
That's excellent.
yeah. Yeah, so it should be a really good event, and I'm excited about it. Oh, and if council, I don't know if you still want to do this year a pie in the face, or?
No.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Oh.
That's something you can
I
consider,
think they all, yeah,
but I think there's gonna be lots going on.
Yeah.
it's good, yeah. I got a few face last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, C.O. Smith.
Yeah.
Item number 12 and continuing. You got some water there, girl? Director of Operations report. First up for our Director of Operations, Ivy, is your status report.
Okay, so the first paragraph there, I assume that council has read that, and I'd like your permission to hang the sign on the building.
But not until.
Correct,
Okay.
yes,
Just the placement of where it's going to be?
yes,
On that building, I think that's a great idea.
okay,
But we are going to wait before we actually install it.
100%.
But just that's where you want it.
That's where we want to plan to put it.
Councilor McGrath?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yep.
So for the wastewater, Chris from Crescent Engineering has provided the rationale for the sole sourcing for the Napier Reed. That was a question that council had at the last meeting, so I've attached his email to this report. They are a Canadian company that sources all the necessary components to the treatment train and ensures compatibility right from the start to finish.
I will stop you there. The email provided a lot of really good information. The
Good.
fact alone that this UV disinfection system is part of this, it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So we also had a non-compliance that was issued for the wastewater treatment plant with the high flows from the spring. I did share this information with Crescent Engineering so that he could consider it in the design. Crescent has also issued the billing 3, the progress billing 3. So I've attached that and the budget tracking sheet for your information. There's also the status report that he includes with his invoice.
Great.
For the water treatment plant, as of May 12th at council meeting, 14 AWQIs, which is the adverse water quality incidents, were reported. Since that date, the township of Schreiber reported 10 more AWQIs. So we have 24 that have been issued since we've started this spring turnover. All adverse events are attached to the report for you to look at. The township of Schreiber has been in a boil water advisory for 22 days. May 20th, the MECP and the Thunder Bay District Health Unit sent us an email explaining their rationale before lifting the boil water advisory. So May 22nd, they told us that if we had no more AWQIs for the remainder of the week, that would give us one solid week of the plant operating as it should be. And we were not required to perform any further testing because we performed our usual samples, our weekly samples during the boil water system, and they all came back clean. So we were able to lift the boil water advisory on May 22nd at 10:30 a.m. And thanks to the public works crew and the rec maintenance crew for helping us getting those notices delivered promptly.
There's a really super good explanation because I've heard some comments about like, why are we doing a boil water advisory just for turbidity? But you actually have a really good rationale behind that in here. So if you just wanted to even go over a couple of these sentences and explain why turbidity sounds to me like, oh, there's dirt in the water, what's the big deal?
So there's different parameters that are measured in raw water. So the clarity of the water would be one measurement. And by the end of this whole process, we were back to crystal clear water. Turbidity is just particles floating in the water. When you coagulate, you create floc. It goes through the filters. Some of our valves were not operating as they were supposed to. Specifically the rinse to waste valve, which means when you do a backwash on your filter, the water that goes out to waste, that dirty water that you've washed your filter with goes to waste, that was slamming shut, which was opposed to what the programming was telling us it was doing.
Okay.
So when they discovered that that's what was happening, we brought in local people, instrument mechanics that were able to help us out and get that fixed. So when it was slamming shut, it was creating a wave in the pipes, a water hammer, and then it would really stir up the turbidity. So we were okay with our turbidity AWQIs that we were reporting prior to the boil water. What sent us into the boil water is all 5 filters spiked above 10, and we're only supposed to be lower than 1. So it spiked above 10, all 5 filters, which is highly unusual, which made them go looking for mechanical issues in the plant. So that's why the ministry put us in a boil water. We performed all of the repairs on the positioners, on the valves. But with the temperatures getting cold, it slowed your spring turnover at the lake down. So we just had to ride it out until we were a solid week with no AWQIs reported. Once that happened, they felt that the tower would have cycled through 2 or 3 times, and they were confident that the water that we were delivering, and based on the weekly sampling, was going to be clear water.
But it did take 22 days to be able to go through that whole process.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Jenny.
So as a result of that, the MECP and the district health unit is ordering us to have an engineer come in and assess the plant. They think that there could be some plumbing modifications that they can do to the plant that will help us. But we all have to understand that there is never, ever going to be a guarantee where we have absolutely no boil water advisories.
No.
As long as we are not able to guarantee the public safety, the boil water advisory is a safety precaution to the public. Okay? Public Works, during the spring cleanup, the dump truck broke down at Worthington Bay. The clutch fan came apart, but Mill Road Service was able to save us a tow call, which would have had to come from White River or Nipigon. So he went to site. He did service call right out to Worthington Bay on the truck. It is now back at Public Works garage, but it is not completely done. They sent him the wrong belt. So he's waiting for a couple more parts, but he was able to get it going good enough to get it off the road at least. May 19th to May 22nd was National Public Works Week, and I just again want to thank the Public Works crew for everything that they do. They do an amazing job in our town, and their passion at keeping our town up to maintenance is phenomenal. So thank to all 4 of them. They have completed their portion of the sweeping. Terrace Bay came in May 22nd to finish the sweeping, but they broke down. So their sweeper is in our garage, and Terrace Bay mechanic has been back and forth trying to get that going. I was at the shop yesterday, and it looks like they may be almost ready to finish up again. So we're almost done our painting, or our sweeping, and I think we can start our line painting within the next week or 2. Questions?
Any questions for Director Ivy? No?
No, good report, Shannon, thank you.
Okay. On to item 13, Director of Operations Report, Grader. Again, Director Ivy.
So this is an information report. So we know that the grader is down, it's a transmission issue. We did have Norris come to the shop to give us a quote on the repair, and it is going to require a new transmission, and that will be $130,000. So we have a couple options. I reached out to Brandt, which is John Deere. I reached out to Case out of Sudbury. He never did respond back. And Komatsu out of Timmins, who also has an office in Thunder Bay as well. So I've included the prices for you there. They also offer a lease option. And the John Deere lease that we were looking at was on the 620 John Deere 620 G-Tier. And that one you can lease for a 5-year period at $6,323 a month. And that will be full 5-year warranty. And it will also come with the service plan. So they would come to Schreiber to do all the oil changes and servicing.
Tammy, one question, how many hours do you think that we use a grader? Like it says John Deere, the John Deere auction is 1,000 hours a year. Would we use a grader for longer than that, more hours than that?
No, so based on the Volvo that we run now and the hours that we got it when it was purchased used, we use approximately 500 hours
Annually?
annually.
Okay, so that'll be well under,
That'll give
we're
us the
not paying
rate.
any extra other than the lease payment per month.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the guys that drive this is which one, like they've seen this, which one do they recommend this? 620G one?
Yes.
Cause is it smaller obviously than the one we currently have?
So
Or
the,
lighter, sorry.
that's right. So the 620 is approximately 10,000 pounds lighter than the 960 that we currently run. The difference between the 670 and the 620 is about 2,000 pounds.
Right, so it's not much. So my question, just to reiterate Dave's, it's like, I'm looking at horsepower, right? I happen to agree with you. I think that because John Deere has got pricing within Canoe, makes a big difference. But I guess I was looking more interested in the 670 only because there's a huge difference in horsepower. So for what I'm looking for, what's rated at that 6.8 liter on the 620 compared to the 9 liter on the 670, I just would be curious of why we're not going with the 670. And I know it's more money, but did you happen to get a lease payment on that 670 as well?
No, because I spoke to Public Works and we are confident that the 620 is what we need here. It'll be a 4-wheel drive, and the only debate that they're having is the antler rack controls or joysticks. The antler rack option is a lot cheaper. To add joysticks and eliminate the antler rack, you'd be looking at an additional 30 to 40,000.
Right.
What do they have now on that?
The antler rack,
So we know how to drive.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an extension of his arm, really.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal at it.
And the John Deere has a 5-year lease as compared to Komatsu, which.
Komatsu is also 5 years?
I mean, a 5-year warranty? Did I read that somewhere?
Right,
5-year warranty rather than a 1-year warranty.
correct.
Yeah. That's.
And Komatsu is not part of the canoe procurement. John
Yeah.
Deere is, and that offers us a $220,000 savings discount.
Yeah, that's huge.
Just cause I don't wanna make the wrong grader decision again. If they get that one and they need one with more horsepower, can you get out of that and go to a different one or no?
I will find that out for you.
I doubt it within the lease period.
Yeah.
I would doubt it.
Yeah, like if it's on this, if it's struggling the first winter here or something, I don't know how graders work, but.
What's the horsepower we currently have? With our, is it a Stronco?
It's a Volvo.
It's a Volvo, sorry.
I don't know. The 960 is massive.
It's too big.
Yeah.
And I know that we've heard that several occasions.
Yeah.
And you have to get 4-wheel drives with these things, Tam?
Yes, the option is either 4-wheel drive or 6-wheel drive, which is all-wheel. So if you go with the all-wheel drive, that means that you have 2 independent motors on your front axle. Those motors are known to go, they burn out, and we really don't need an all-wheel drive. They only run a 4-wheel drive now, and they operate it in 2-wheel.
2-wheel, right.
They only ever use the 4-wheel if they.
So are they able to do the same with these machines, shut the 4-wheel off and just use 2-wheel?
It's a switch on the dash.
Okay.
And then they don't get anything extra like a different attachment on a grader or anything? There's nothing extra after this, it's just,
So, I'm waiting for Steve to call me back from Brant. I want to make sure that, when I look at the options, it looks to me like the wing is included, but I'm not positive that the dozer blade in the front is there. So I need to confirm that with them first before I
Okay.
can really formally make a recommendation to council.
and it like, it might be a dumb question, but like, I assume it comes with winter tires and that
Yes.
kind of stuff, okay.
It does.
Why no fenders? I was going over both lists, I'm like, that's odd.
We don't,
You
they,
don't need them?
they take
Just
them
out of
off because
curiosity,
they're
I was
just
just
in the
looking
way.
over the list going,
Yeah,
why no fenders?
there's no fenders on this one either.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just don't know if they're,
No.
I mean, I wouldn't buy a hot ton truck with no fenders.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're gonna make us a final recommendation?
Yeah, so once I get all the options and confirm the options that we do need and want, then I will bring it back to council with a formal recommendation. Right now, we are definitely leaning towards the 620 5-year lease as a recommendation, but I just need to confirm that the payment that I'm quoting you is accurate.
great, okay.
Yeah, then you go back to the guys and say, this is the, this is.
Yep,
okay.
yeah, I have been working very closely with the guys on this.
Yeah,
Okay, that's important.
so I agree with you with the Brant quote, for no other reason than the discounts we're getting because of Camille
Yep, absolutely.
And the warranty,
and the warranty.
it's huge.
And I don't know, I think we've talked about this before, but I don't know about putting any more money into that grader that we've got. It just doesn't make,
No,
okay, so don't fix the old one. And continue with this.
Okay.
And then the old one, do we put it on gov deals or?
I am
Good
in
question.
conversations with Noors
Okay.
to find out the value of it or approximate. Once I figure all of that out, I'll come back to council and get a resolution to surplus it. We'll put it on gov deals and we'll see what we can get for it.
Okay. Are there any other questions for Director Ivy in regards to the grader?
Yeah, I guess,
Oh, sorry.
like a timeline, like, so do we have to decide soon so it can get here, or is it
Yes.
sitting somewhere far away, like?
They do have one in Thunder Bay.
Okay,
So, but my intention is to have this at your next council
Okay,
meeting this
okay.
month.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
yeah,
And I'll have the information on the old Bowl Road as well.
okay.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So then we're ready to rock and roll at
Yep.
that point. Okay, great.
sweet.
Okay, item number 14, Director of Operations, wastewater treatment plant steering committee and subsequent reporting.
Okay, so this is just to keep council updated on the steering committee. We did have a meeting on May 19th. So I've included the minutes for you to read. The committee participated in a plant tour at Red Rock to see how the RBC plants work. The tour was very informative and the operator that gave us the tour was very informative, answered all of our questions. We have
I went to that.
Yeah. We have set up a tour in Marathon because we want to see how their drying press works to manage the sludge. So we have options on what the best way is going to be to handle the sludge for our new system. So we're just doing our homework. So Thursday, we're heading to Marathon for that tour.
And Dan, you're going?
Mhm.
Perfect.
Enjoy the sludge.
I don't know why you don't bang that stuff and sell it for early.
Okay. So, is there any questions on the minutes or the design memo?
If you could just, I read through both design memorandums, and it looks like a lot of this stuff is all about like the influent quality, so it's talking about the rehabilitation and preliminary treatments. If you could just, like real high level, give just an overview of what these two reports are representing. just super high.
So the memos are, we're at the beginning of the process. So we're dealing a lot with the influent, and that's where we're gathering a lot of information at the moment. We are installing the auto sampler on the raw sewage so that we can see the characteristics of what's coming into the plant. Chris is being extremely thorough in getting all of the details. Councilor McGrath and Chris took a little walk in the bush and traced out the feeding stream into Cook's Creek. So he's just gathering all of those details. So that's what we're doing at this time.
So this is kind of in preparation, right?
Yes.
And this is just supporting your engineering as you're moving forward to finalize the plant setup?
Yes,
Okay.
so they have to do the geotechnical investigation.
Saw that?
They did the topo survey while he was in town, and he also did the substance survey of the plant. Just, he's meeting all of the criteria at this moment.
Thanks, Tammy.
Okay.
There's a lot of good information in the report. I just wanted to be able to high level it. Any other questions regarding this item?
So, Tammy, we had really high flows this year, this spring, into the wastewater. That exceeded capacity or possibly exceeded?
We were nowhere close to
Nowhere close.
a bypass, nowhere
But-
close to a
But we were
bypass.
close to the maximum,
We went over the max.
and so Chris has that information,
Yep.
in planning for the new one, okay?
Yes.
Because, I mean, the perfect storm and stuff like that does happen, so,
That was this year, yeah.
yeah, so, okay.
Okay. Item 15, Director of Operations Report, the Aqua DWS Financial Plan, again, Director Ivy.
So, as council is aware, our municipal drinking water license is in the process of being renewed. And to qualify for that renewal, we have to have a financial plan for the drinking water system. So, we did have the Aqua engineers complete that financial plan. I have supplied it here for you to have a look at. And we need to have this passed, so, because I have to have it into the ministry by June 8th. Was it?
June 8th, that's what you
June
have, yeah.
Okay, yeah, June 8th. They are holding up our application out until they get this report.
Are there any questions for Director Ivy on this report?
I have one question in the financial plan, and you could probably explain this easily, but, and it's on page 4
Is,
of the financial plan.
okay,
It talks about,
Is-
from the chlorination building, treated water remains under pressure from the high lift pumps and is conveyed to the storage tank where the majority of disinfectant contact time is achieved. Water is subsequently gravity fed back to the chlorination room for post-chlorination.
yes,
So it goes to the tower
yes.
and then it comes back, it gets chlorinated again,
So when we chlorinate it and send it up to the tower,
right?
the chlorine in the water that's where we refer to contact time, and that gives the chlorine time to react with anything that might be in the water,
Right.
but it also uses up your chlorine content when it's going through that process. So when it comes back down, before it goes to distribution, we hit it again with
Okay.
a small dose of chlorine, just to make sure that chlorine residual will be present at the end of the
Okay,
line.
yeah, I didn't realize that, so that's good information.
Yeah.
I have questions upon questions, so I'm gonna let
For it.
So I guess I've reviewed this report and good, and look good. So I guess here's my first question, and I'm hoping I'm going to get the answer I want. Has our treasurer reviewed this financial report?
No,
Okay. I'm going to suggest that that might be the place to start before you get approval from us. And I'm not against giving you approval even by email, Town. Because I have like tons of questions about how some of these figures came around, the difference between some of the ways the amortization was worked, how some of the numbers don't look like they're matching. So, I mean, I can get into some of this stuff, but so if you take a look at page 3 of this report, like some of this is clinical, some of this is not.
Page 3.
Page 3 of this report, it talks here about no, it's probably not on this one. It's probably, hold on, page 3, 4, 5. I've got page here. A simple question, confirming. They talk about our operating expense for 2026, and they pin our operating expense for the water plant at $487,000. Doesn't match our financial statements.
Because Aqua prepared this, and this is not our expense where we pay Aqua's contract for operating the water plant or anything like that. This is just, they keep a list of the capital repairs that we do,
Right,
and you'll see that in your monthly reports.
right.
Those are the numbers that they used.
Except that what they say in here is, and I'll get to capital costs because that's a whole other ball of wax, that the way that they have came up with this is by taking their contract amount and normal operating expenses, because they're taking these numbers over certain time frames, right? And my concern is here's my concern, accepting a financial report without being 100% sure that the numbers are right. Because the way they express on how they got these numbers, hang on here, is different than what you're telling me. Because what they're saying is, this is how we're doing this is how we're getting this money. I mean, some of the water rate for 2025, 2026, 2027, like simple things for they go into 2027, 2028, like they go right up until 2032. And they're actually estimating what they think our water rate should be.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm concerned about is this the table that's going to be used by future councils in deciding on what the rates need to be to cover operating expenses?
It was not used on the last financial plan. It is just Aqua's projections on where they see it being. And actually, the last financial plan was very close to what we were at.
It worked out that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're on page 7, they're suggesting an annual increase of water expenses at 2% for 2027 rate on to 2032. That's their suggestion. Yet, their use of the operating expenses and how much more it's going to cost to operate this plant, given some of their numbers, 2% is never going to touch it.
No.
So here's I have pages of questions. So here's my question. I guess I don't want to approve accepting something that I don't even know. Does this match our asset management plan?
They used our asset management plan as a resource.
So do you think it matches our asset management plan? Some of the amortization expenses and some of the ways that they're saying this is what needs to be done. Like they've given us a table where they show large increases in system reserves. Like in this table 7.1, they show differences, right? In reserve amounts here. And some of the reserve changes between one year and another are like better than $150,000 annually. I don't know how we're ever going to get there. Like if I looked between 2028 to 2029, they want me to increase the reserve amounts from $524,000 to $647,000. We don't move that kind of money. And if we're going to, then it's certainly going to affect annual operating, because those amounts are reserve amounts and they're within operating, and there's no way we're meeting it with 2%. So I don't understand, because some of these numbers, honestly, to me, don't make sense. I'm just a little worried about accepting that report. So, CAL Smith, now that you've heard my little blurb about this, maybe you can help, maybe I'm looking at this too strictly, I don't know. Thoughts?
So, I mean, your comment about the next council, but I see what Tammy's saying, where this particular council did not compare it. But there's no guarantee that future council would not, right? So, yeah, there should be some correlation, I would think, right? As to, like, Jeremy, I'm assuming is the one who did the report.
No,
Oh,
it was the Aqua engineers. That is the
Okay.
requirement
okay,
for this financial plan, and it's a projection for the next 5 years that your municipal drinking water license is in place.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
just a financial projection.
It's not a manual for how to do it.
Right, exactly. They are right. We are underfunded in our reserves,
They say that,
and it's just letting you know that that's where you're sitting at.
they don't necessarily say we're unfunded on our reserve. What they do say is we are financially viable. It's written in the report to 2032. Township of Schreiber is financially viable in the water system until 2022, but long term is not fully self-sustaining. So they're looking at those two things as being separate, but yet there is no projection. I mean, they even show some straight line amortization, and I'm thinking those assets that are there, Mara, have got to be completely amortized at this point. There's going to be no more amortization left. They're so old.
Well, we already know that the ministry's is making us get an engineer to do an assessment on the plan.
Right,
The technology is expired in that plan.
right.
We may, God forbid, we may end up with this engineer report recommending that we replace the plant with a more conventional plant. So, I mean, this is just meeting the requirement to get your municipal drinking water license. And if we don't approve this tonight, just so you know, I'll have to apply to see if I can get an extension from the ministry. Otherwise, they're gonna kick the whole thing back, and we will not have a municipal drinking water license in time for this to be expired.
I have a silly question. So this report from them goes up to 32, right? Our contract ends in 29.
Mhm.
So,
But this has nothing to do with Aqua.
no, but I'm just thinking like for the projections. I'm just
They
wondering.
don't take that into account.
Okay.
So
Who orders it to be till 2032?
it's part of the licensing.
Your regulation.
Okay, so
says
they
that-
want
yeah.
it for that
Yeah.
long.
Because her fourth attachment is to regulation, and you're quite right about that, Time. It's just some of these numbers just honestly don't make sense to me.
I agree, but how many times have we looked at the previous
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Like, really?
When I looked at it, I just thought they were projected numbers.
Yeah.
And,
They would be accurate numbers if they were reflecting the last 5 years. But
They would be
because
accurate
we're
numbers if-
projecting.
Well, if the projections made sense though, with the numbers that even they've given me. Like they're telling me, I don't want to beat a dead horse, so maybe I'll just let this go. But they're telling me in 2027, their capital request is going to be 12.5. It's some of the stuff that we kind of let go. In 28, it's going to be 199,000. In 29, look to spend 56,000. In 2030, look to spend 70,000. These are in capital expenses, and they actually outline them. And then they talk about this graph, which was really hard to read. Tim, it's not your fault, but
So that's the
all minor
Aqua-
variances, which I think a lot of this stuff goes into operating.
Where's the regulation?
So that spreadsheet that you just pulled out,
Yeah.
Henry, is the capital request that Aqua gives us every year.
Every year.
On the in the Excel file, there's another tab where they give us a 10-year projection. So know that this pump will probably need to be replaced
Yep, I found it.
within the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So they have the 10-year projection list so that we can financially plan.
So it's a really good heads up.
Mhm.
But there's no obligation to
Yeah.
follow it in any way. It's a formality to get a license. Am I interpreting that correctly?
This is the projection to meet the requirement
Yeah.
for the license
There's
application.
no government agency that's gonna hold us to this plan, say this is what you have to be.
There's already regulation in place that says that your water and sewer needs to be self-funded. They're identifying that we're falling
Yeah.
short. This is not news to
No,
us.
yeah.
Operating is required to be fully funded, capital is not. So the question, I've had no participation in it, I'm gonna fully admit, I didn't read it before the agenda, cause I don't know it. But is it that they're looking at this thing saying that you are not sustainable because you're not, charging your ratepayer for capital projects?
No, they're
Is that what
not.
they're saying?
They're saying several things. They're saying that our reserves are too low, and the schedule to bring them up to where they think they should be, there's no way.
Yeah.
They're saying that we should have on the order of between 30 to 50% increase in our rates.
Can you imagine?
A one time.
I heard a
one
gasp
time,
from
a one-
I heard a gasp from the back of the room. Like
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
So they're not, because what they actually saying here is this plant is financially viable until 2032. I marked it down 3 different times. It is financially viable, but it's got a lot to do with our asset management plan, the life of the assets, and if we keep this type of major repair done along with their operating schedule. But they don't even, to the C.A.O. Smiths, is recognize that we're going to have a huge increase when the aqua contract reopens. I guess, I mean, if you're telling me that this report isn't not something they're going to hold us to, but I just, and you guys, I just would feel much better if somebody from Treasury had a look at it, just even a half day, spend a half day looking over it and just saying, it's not perfect, but it's, because I don't know why you have a financial plan if you have no intention of following it. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. So then I will just leave that. You guys can decide what you want to do. And I get that you're under deadline, Tammy. I do.
No, again, I just think it's a heads up on where we are with
Okay.
with our water plant and what we need to do. And we already understand a lot of that already.
Okay.
Could you, if this is submitted and the does it go to the ministry and they read it over?
It does.
Yes.
Would they, because they
Part of
come
your
up with, what
application.
if they have the same conclusion as
So
her?
what I would
This
suggest
makes
is,
no sense.
so give me your questions and we'll go over them with the authors.
Okay.
Yeah,
for
because like
clarity.
if we submit it, the ministry has the same, then that sets us back again anyways,
Yeah.
does it not?
Yeah, so I mean, we have time, the remainder of this week, so if
Sure.
you have your questions, we'll contact the author and we'll get the clarity.
Okay, because
But then we may have to call a special meeting to get the resolution.
okay.
So we're getting the resolution tonight
resolution tonight
anyways.
anyway.
We
Yeah.
have got the
That
resolution
was
till the
my
23rd.
request
We
in
can.
my report.
It is her request because she's under deadline. So C.A.O. Smith, I'm look to you. You're the head of administration. How do you? She is under deadline. I take their comments in, but I'm gonna look to you. How you want to handle this?
Well, it's too bad that we we didn't see this sooner, but I will say, I was a part of this email chain. So this isn't Tammy's fault.
No,
This
I'm
just
not
got-
saying it is.
No, I know. I just so everybody's clear, okay? So Aqua did take their time in producing this. And in fact, we got an email from the licensing agency asking us where this was, that our application was incomplete. And we went back to them and said, why are you submitting an incomplete application? Where is this document? So the document finally showed up, and so this was the first opportunity. However, it would have been nicer to have much more time to review it and possibly your questions. Someone from Aqua could have been present to answer those questions here at the meeting, but yeah, it just didn't work out that way. So, I mean, if Tammy feels that she could get the answers before the end of the week, then I would suggest, maybe she try that. Just knowing though that she'll need this by the 8th.
But can we even, we're in committee of whole. Can we even make this recommendation to accept this before the next meeting?
Can we do the recommendation?
But I can't.
But you wouldn't have the resolution.
You won't have a resolution tonight. That's how committee of the whole works. You won't have a resolution tonight. Direction, you'll have to, you'd have to include direction with it.
It's 2 weeks now until your next council meeting.
No, I know, that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yeah, it's
Like-
23rd.
Like right now, you'd have to just include the direction.
It's a ministry requirement, the
Then
resolution.
you'd
It
be-
is.
Then you'd be late
So
anyways.
we are holding up our license then.
You'd be late anyways without a special meeting.
And you know what, Tammy, maybe,
I asked you if we were gonna get our resolution. Just,
and I'm not, Tammy, I'm not coming after you for this. I know these are not your numbers, but I do. So maybe that's your way to ask for an extension, is because this was brought up in committee, because you guys, the information was brought late, and I got it to this meeting on June 2nd. Thank God we didn't meet next week, right? And with committee of the whole, I'm unable to get a resolution. I only can get direction unless you want to give me a 2-week extension, and then I can get that resolution for you on the June 23rd meeting and have this back to you. Maybe that's the way to handle it.
Who sends it in, Tammy, you or them?
it's Aqua,
So you have to get it back to Aqua. Okay.
yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the timeline.
I'll contact them tomorrow and he'll have to apply for an extension so that we don't get the whole license application kicked back to us.
Okay,
Cause that will just delay everything.
okay. Because I'm sure you have information on when this report was due, like when you got it, like,
So I knew that the municipal drinking water license was coming up for renewal this year.
yes,
We talked with Aqua and, cause they normally would issue the license or apply for the license.
right.
This year, they charged us extra, so I had to come to council.
I remember that.
So we got permission
Yes.
for them to, and we're paying them extra to submit this
Yes.
application.
That was a couple
And then-
meetings ago, right?
Once they applied for it was due April 1st. And it was like 2 days out before April 1st deadline that they said, oh, by the way, you need a new financial plan. This one's expiring. It's like,
Yeah, I remember that.
so then
So-
we came to council for permission because it has to be an engineer that does it.
Right. And now
So-
they're telling you, okay, we're a little bit late with this, but we need this approved.
It's the ministry that contacted us.
And said,
Your
By the way.
application is not complete. Where's the financial plan?
You don't think you can get answers to the questions? Like, can we put a resolution
So
forward pending
clause 2.
questions being answered? And then if they answered the questions,
I know.
we meet
I know.
on Friday and
Yeah, because it
pass
says
it?
we are.
Is that a possibility?
By resolution.
Well, that
Yeah,
would meet our
That's
deadline.
Did you hear what I said?
I did.
Yeah, does that make sense?
That's gonna be tough.
Could you do that, or do you not feel comfortable doing even that?
What? Oh, I could do it.
Moving it forward pending the answering of your questions, and then if your questions are answered, we can get together, hold a special whatever on Friday or something, or
Yeah,
to get it done by the deadline.
because like there's a lot of financial questions. There's same information presented 2 different ways, but that isn't the same.
Mhm.
And I don't know if this matches asset management. And then there's even questions about, like this to the ministry, I'm gonna tell you it seems like it's a very serious thing. With some of the information that you sent me. And this is Aqua's report, I get it, right? But I'm spent a lot of time going over this report and coming up with like questions for it. But some of the notes, like I couldn't find note 4, and I thought, okay, I found note 4. where the, talks about tangible capital assets. They're assumed to have no residual value when they've reached the end of projected useful life. Amortization was determined using straight line method, and I'm thinking, I don't notice the asset management plan use that type of amortization schedule. Do they use straight line?
Yeah.
Okay. Assets are assumed to be put into service at the end of the year. Amortization is therefore added to the start of the year following installation. Wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Because you would install it in 2025, your amortization, even if it's straight line, is going to start the following year.
I believe we do an, active date as of July the 31st.
Right.
If it was a working capital asset from a prior year and you're adding to it, so it would have been work in progress at the end of one year and then you completed it in the next year. It's the end of the year and it does start
Right.
to amortize. So in the first year of a brand new asset, it's for the first 6 months that you would be doing it.
Yeah. So,
Special counsel meeting,
see, the total operating expenses that we talked about in here, like that operating expenditure is wage, benefits, materials, utilities, and contracted services related to the drinking water system. They say, but I don't know that those numbers match operating. I don't think that they do.
at the end of committee.
And then,
They'd have to go.
So if you get me your questions then,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna
can
be
even
in,
come in with me and we'll call
Yeah.
Aqua and we'll see if we can get
Okay.
it straightened out.
I'm gonna be
How
in
about this?
tomorrow.
How about this?
I have to talk to whoever wrote it.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be in tomorrow because usually when the mayor's not around, I come in on Wednesday afternoons from 1 to 3. I will be, and then I can certainly go over some of this with you.
Okay, what about this? So I was just talking to Cecile, so to kind of help move things along, when we're done with the committee of the whole, go back into council, and then we'll generate another resolution with a contingency that based on the answering of the questions, and you get the answers this week, and then Cecile can do it up and you can have it. Is that fair
Well-
to everybody?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so if you guys wanna sign a line each.
Okay, I'll put this to one side and I'll be back, because I am gonna be in tomorrow. Thanks very much. Sorry,
So
but.
this has to be by the 8th is the Monday.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm in the city on the Monday, so hopefully it'll be.
well, we wouldn't have a
You'd be
meeting,
passing it tonight though.
we'll pass
Yeah,
it tonight.
Okay.
Contingent on.
Contingent
on-
okay, you
yeah.
can write it that way?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, because number 2, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, well, okay,
ready to move on? Sorry.
let's go back to that, yeah.
So item number 16, thanks for that, Tammy, I appreciate that. Item number 16, Director of Operations, Aqua Extra Invoice.
So these invoices are dating back to 2024. Prior to and during the state of emergency, where Aqua had sent us some invoices that were pretty high, and at that time, if you recall, we had refused to pay them. So in the interest of healing a working relationship, we had a meeting with Aqua at their request to see if we could come up with a compromise. And so we have received the 2 invoices that they have revised. So the one invoice was $8,889 for the extra sampling. And they brought that down to $6,835. And then the other one for the extra labor was a total of 14,000, and they brought that down to 7,231.
And this will all go to the state of emergency what? Is that where this would go in? Like in terms of a, no? Or we just pay it?
Well, we need to
No.
decide where we, because it's not in your budget, so.
No, I know, that's what I mean, does it go into that lump sum, cause is that what this, you said it's from the state of emergency?
Yeah,
Well,
It's related to it?
prior to and during, yes.
because the one thing was to install that smart meter.
That was at the chlorine plant.
Right, that's the water treatment plant, that wasn't state of emergency.
Okay,
Sorry,
But it's the wastewater treatment plant, the 7,231, that was part of the state of emergency, you're thinking.
Yeah, because our argument there was that sometimes they kept the contractors waiting down at the plant in the morning. And then they, of course, needed to stay later, so we're not gonna pay for that. So what we did is we went through the entire labor list. Anything that didn't have a description, we took off the list, they
Right.
deleted that. And then anything that I had documented where it was Aqua's fault that we didn't get the contractor started on time, then we eliminated that as well. So that's where we've cut in half. So the original invoice was 14,186, and we're down to 7,231. And then you're right, I'm sorry, the other one was the extra sampling that we were mandated to do because of the HAAs and THMs. And that was a result of chlorinating pre-filtered.
Right.
We were chlorinating raw
Right.
water.
'Cause-
So
and that, you've explained that too in here.
yeah, so once they got the smart meter installed, then it took a ridiculous amount of time to get it turned right down.
Okay, so. Okay, questions. Council has questions.
Something like that.
Councilor McGrath,
Yes.
Yeah.
you have any questions about these invoices?
I think if you've gone through them and you think it's fair, it's certainly a lot less than you wanted originally, which is, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, my question would just be for the one that is related to the state of emergency, does it go in that sum of money that we discussed on how we thought we would pay for that?
So what I would say, being brought into the conversation at this point in time with no financial impact on the report that's in front of you, is because these invoice numbers that are being quoted right now in the report are different than what we've set up, because as your director of operations indicated, these date back to 2024.
Right,
So there are invoices that were set up at the end of 2024 that may match what this amount is. So you may have already accounted for them as an accrual at the end of the year. If I was made aware of them, I accrued them at the end of the year and they have just been brought over for 24 and 2025. Because I have an original invoice here for, it was 51301 wastewater treatment plant emergency clarifier, labor charges at your end, because as I recall, we don't pay for callouts in our contract, and that was why we had told them that we were not paying for the callouts in the contract. We've provided the emails, but if subsequent to that, if there has been a decision that you're gonna pay for a part of it, then I do believe if that's the same thing, that we do have the $14,186.26 already set up. as
because
an
it was
accrual.
approved.
Because I was already.
And the other one, and I don't know which one that is, but I had non-routine sampling. I have a typo in there.
She had pages of that.
Original invoice was 51503. That one was set up at 8,889.33. And then we had a third one that was set up that related to 2024, which was invoice 51502, which was another non-routine sampling. So I don't, I would say that to me, it appears, but again, I would have the conversation with the director of operations and myself to go over the original invoices to find out if what is being recommended to pay right now was already included in 24 and remains there at the end of 25.
So if it's all been accrued, then the money, we have set the money aside.
You don't need to.
Okay, so,
You
so
can do the recommendation right now
Yeah.
for the minutes. And then at the next meeting, if you don't need to pass the resolution because they're already here, we can give you an update at that point in time. That's what makes sense.
that makes sense. So then we recommend paying these two invoices, but we also recommend that the treasurer bring back where the money is going to come from, whether it's accrual or what have you.
Yep.
And that all be cleared up. Make sense?
Yeah, sounds good.
Good? So then Tammy, you can pay these and you're good?
Mhm.
Okay. Excellent. And then 17 and 18 are both our Director of Operations, and they are Aqua, March 2026, water and wastewater treatment system report, and April 2026, water and wastewater treatment system reports. She has kindly included both reports. I like the new cover pages, did I ever tell you that? Because I don't use a ton of ink and trying to print them. I've gone over the reports. I have no concerns. I'm on tenterhooks waiting for May. It's not going to be good. But I don't know if any of the other councils have any questions.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. Item number 19 on Committee of the Whole. Schreiber Public Library Board Meeting Minutes attached, March 19th. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about these?
No, I wasn't at this meeting, but we've had one since then in April. We had to move our one in May. Our next one's actually next week. But if anyone has any questions, I'm sure I can try to answer.
I have no questions.
No?
Looks good?
Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Recording stopped.
Ooh,
We ran out of space.
really?
That's interesting. Don't run remote. Oh, okay.
That's not good.
Call Paul tomorrow.
Budget hours.
I know the one thing. But here's the thing, I want to say this
Why do
out
you talk
loud.
so much?
Kim is there. Kim is saving us. Okay. So the next item on the agenda is communications. There are 13 items here. Does anybody have any updates, questions, suggestions from this list?
That was a nice thank you letter from the figure skating club. Thought they did a great job with the concession this year. Other than that, I didn't have any other one.
Councilor McGrath?
Now, a couple of NOMA press releases there, we all got them read them, but, I think, the president of NOMA has a chance to speak with, Prime Minister Carney on
You did?
North Shore roads, or
He did.
on Ontario roads, so that's huge.
Yeah.
that we get that kind of exposure,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
so. Kudos to that group, going off and Doma, so good working together.
Mhm.
Is there any appetite from anybody for this Lakehead Search and Rescue letter of support?
That was the one I was just reading. They want a truck?
Do they ever come down here, and have we
You-
ever seen them down?
Guys would probably know better than I would.
I would assume, like, if there was a
Yeah,
need, that they would get called in as auxiliary help. But I mean,
With the-
I don't know that you would see them
Okay.
on
That
a
was,
daily basis, right? It's like,
that
yeah,
was,
the only time there was ever a big search and rescue around here was when that young girl went missing at Rainbow Falls, and
Mhm.
well, that was.
Yes, that's
taken by
right.
The OPP.
Okay, so that's it. That's 13 items of communication. Unfinished business. So under unfinished business, we have 2 items. Number 1, request for resolution of support Town of Fort Francis accessible roadside rest area washrooms. Take it away, CAO Smith.
okay, hang on a second. Okay, so this was just, the communication we received from Fort Francis asking for this council's support, in regards to the rest stops. So if council supports it, we will generate, a letter of support, or a resolution of support, and it will send it back to Fort Francis, and they did not list any other.
They didn't include the letter, so that was brought,
That was why.
That was why.
We didn't know what we were supporting.
But I found the letter,
Did you?
and I sent it to everyone today. I just found it today, but we're gonna talk about this tonight, so.
Yeah.
If we.
Do you remember, just highlight what that letter was about?
Well, it was just improvements to accessibility of the rest areas in northern Ontario. And to make them year-round rest stops, I think that those are the highlights, but
Okay.
but I
I'd be willing to
I think
support
it
that resolution.
wouldn't hurt to support it, yeah. But if you want to take a look at that letter and then just go from there.
Okay. Okay. So the information has now been provided, you know how to write, what resolution to write up. Okay, you're good with that?
Yep.
Item number 2, I know what's wrong with this. Item was CPKC, Canada Pacific Vegetation Control Program. We had questions about where this was taking place, right?
Well, what it was too, what the chemical was.
Okay.
Yeah, what the chemical was that was going to be used. So I do not see in this letter though, where they're actually stating what type of chemical that they are using.
No, that's kind of what he said.
We kind of left that with,
With Councilor Bryson.
Yeah.
Councilor Bryson.
Yeah, and like this just kind of reaffirms, what we already knew in the original letter, that it would be happening
Yeah.
on those dates and within our catchment area. So there's nothing really new on that.
So we're just gonna leave this until we find out?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, there's nothing we can do, so.
Okay. Okay, and then moving on to other business. The first thing on the agenda is summer meeting schedule.
Mhm. Is council, like, I don't have it up. I don't have a copy of it here. Is council, did everybody review it?
There's nothing attached to it.
There was nothing attached to it.
You didn't give me anything.
I don't have anything. It was in the email. We had an email.
Who had an email?
You sent the email for the summer schedule.
I told you I was putting it on there as an agenda item.
We're just picking a day for July, a day for August.
Is that what you want? For July and August?
Are we still meeting, like, do we meet twice a month in July and August? You sure?
Once.
That's a hard one.
Notice everybody's going, no, we do not.
Typically you meet
I
once
think
a month.
August, there was no meeting in August. No, one
And I
time.
feel as though that happens, people are on vacation.
Yeah.
I feel like that's irresponsible.
That time the clerk was on vacation, the time that happened.
That's what it was, yeah.
But it never turned out that way.
Personally, whatever you guys decide.
Okay, so let's just see.
I'm unavailable the first 2 weeks of July for sure.
Okay,
So the end of July would be better.
Council McGrath?
Yeah,
We're on vacation.
Like,
I'm
are you, would administration be looking like for one meeting in July, maybe something in the middle of the month? Is it better towards the end of the month? Like, I don't know.
To the middle.
Near the middle? So are you guys good with,
You'd have June 23rd, right?
Like
Yeah.
The week of July 20th, is that what you're looking at?
I'm kind of thinking, we can either do the 14th or the 21st, either one. What works better
I
for you
don't know
guys?
if I'm back on the 14th.
the Heritage Days is that week too, so,
So then maybe do it after Heritage Days, the 21st.
yeah.
Does that work for you?
It's fine. Yeah, whatever you guys want.
So one meeting in July, July 21st, which is the Tuesday. And then one meeting in August.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, August, we have the close date for who's running for elections too, right?
And we're away
And
also.
yeah, you are, you've got AMO.
Get the
The
council.
16th? 16th to the 20th?
August.
That sounds right. When they'd be away.
So I kind of think you're right, that sounds
The
familiar.
mayor and the clerk are
Yeah.
Mhm.
both gone that week.
Well, it's the same week. 21st is the Friday.
Okay, so I'm gonna suggest to you August 11th, and here's why. It's a possibility that by August 21st, you may in fact be lame duck. I know you don't like to hear that from me, but I'm just saying.
Will we be lame duck?
It could very well be. So, not that you can't have meetings, but like, you're hindered by a lot of stuff, so maybe before, you might wanna just jump in and if you had any outstanding stuff that you need done.
That won't be.
That's like 2 weeks after the last one.
When is emo, the 16th?
So I'm just pulling up here. 16 to 19.
So you and the mayor would be gone that week.
Yep. And 21st, forget it.
So you're probably better looking at the 11th.
Yeah.
I don't care.
If you want a meeting in August, do it on the 11th, but
August the 11th.
We're gonna be-
I know it's only 2 weeks from the last one, but I
Yes.
think that you could kind of,
It's 3
especially administration would know.
3
Oh,
weeks.
okay.
It's 3 weeks, so like administration would know, holy moly, you gotta get stuff cleaned up. Things that you want to get done or don't want to get done.
Okay.
Make sense?
The 11th?
The 11th. So July 21st and August the 11th.
Okay.
Okay, good?
Yeah.
We don't need no stinking email. Okay. Item number 2, which was added to the agenda, and I believe you have something else. Okay, I'm gonna do this first, okay? Let's clear this. So, item number 2 was added at the beginning of the meeting to our agenda as other business. The 2026 preliminary budget presented by our ever popular Treasurer Bottomley, who is going to present a full report of the 2026 budget for consideration.
So the staff direction is that staff be directed to bring forward the 2026 budget with a 5.82% levy increase to the council and committee of the whole meeting scheduled for June the 23rd, 2026, and to provide notice of council's intention to pass the bylaw for 2026 budget allocations. The 2026 budget preparations began with the water and sewer operating departments in November of 2025. The drafts of the other operating departments, along with the preliminary capital project list, were first included on the December the 9th, 25 council meeting agenda and continued to be included on council agendas throughout the first part of 26. At the December the 9th meeting, council was cautioned that the operating budget was starting out in a deficit position in the amount of approximately $87,000, which equates to an approximate 3.5% levy increase. At the May the 14th meeting, staff presented council with a 16.26% levy increase for the 2026 combined operating and capital budgets, which included no changes to current staffing complements or service delivery. This also included a reduction to the original capital list with the use of reserve revenue limited so as not to deplete the reserves to complete these projects. The operating budget expenses have increased by 6.3% over 2025 budgeted amounts. This is mainly due to labor costs, increases in electricity costs, and mandatory levies such as DSAB ambulance health unit, as an example. Your OPP charges increased by 11%, and they should have increased more than that, but they were capped based on the formulas there. Operating revenues increased less than 1%, and part of that had to do with differences in grant revenues in 25 that we didn't have in 26, an intern position, for example. Council discussed service delivery reduction scenarios and has chosen to remain at the existing levels. The operating budget includes a transfer from reserve in the amount of $113,342 to offset the levy increase required for operations. This was against the staff recommendation, i.e. that's how we were at the 16% versus the 5.82 that's being
Right.
presented now.
Respectfully, we acknowledge that you're,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Capital projects funded through taxation total $138,202, with the remaining projects funded through grant revenue and or transfers from reserve and borrowing. The financial impact of a 5.82% levy increase to a residential property with a current value assessment of $100,000 is approximately an increase of $311, which is $26 a month over 2025 property tax. You may recall at the February the 10th Committee of the Whole agenda, the tax ratio sensitivity analysis report was presented to council. At that time, the $100,000 is being presented to you because that's an easier number to look at. But at the time, at the February the 10th meeting, a single family dwelling average current value assessment in the township of Schreiber is $54,040. So therefore, on an average single family dwelling, the increase at the 5.82% would be $168 over 2025. Waterfront property average current value assessment is $136,649. So that increase would be approximately $425 over 2025.
per 100,000.
No, this is for the 138,600,
Okay.
the average.
Okay,
A commercial property average current value assessment is 94,831. That increase would be approximately $584 over 2025.
are there any questions, comments from council?
No.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so this information now is in the public domain. You're looking at a 5.82% levy increase for taxes in 2026. And you're right, on May 14th, we were originally looking at 16.26 increase, but back in December, it was larger than that.
Oh, yes.
So there has been a lot of work done by, I'm going to first of all thank administration, who has been bringing forward information to us, and I appreciate it, and also to the mayor, who's not here tonight, and all the councillors for all the hard work done on getting this budget finalized. We cannot pass a resolution until the next meeting, so if people have any comments, this is the time to make them.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the minutes should reflect that staff direction that's in the report.
yes, please.
And the notice will be out, I would say by Monday at the latest.
Okay,
I have that ready.
okay, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, one more
Now,
item of business.
I have one more item of other business. Can you use one of these numbers, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we are looking at item number 3, which has just come up a result of committee in the whole. This is in regards to the Aqua financial plan. Financial plan. So the resolution reads like this. Moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath as of today's date, that council has reviewed and accepted the Township of Schreiber's Drinking Water System Financial Plan number 140-35, prepared by the Ontario Clean Water Agency in accordance with Ontario Regulation 453-07, pending response satisfaction by council. All in favor? Carried. So that is going to be resolution number 143-26. Duly signed. And Tam, I think that should clear you up then.
Thank you.
You just shoot us an email after you guys talk with them then?
Yeah.
Say this was a conversation?
Do you want them just in the order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have more of these?
At this,
There might be, I'll have to check.
yeah, at this time, it is 9:06. I will look to adjourn this meeting. All in favor?